Welcome to the channel, Lake District and Grasmere once again. And today we're just going to head off to do one Wainwright, which is Tarn Crag. So we're going to head up Easdale Road up to Easdale Tarn, and then from Easdale Tarn we're going to go up to Codale Tarn, and from Codale Tarn to Tarn Crag, and then back down into Easdale. So as we're making our way through Grasmere, we'll have a quick look at the route. So we've just moved off the road onto the footpath that runs alongside. Some nice light on Helm Crag. That's straight in front of us there. That's where we're going today. So it's nice and quiet at the moment. We've set off nice and early. But yeah, it's a lovely morning. It was a bit cloudy on the drive in here, and the forecast was for a cloudy start, but for it to brighten up as the day went on until sort of early afternoon when the cloud's going to roll back in again. All right, so we're going to carry on along this footpath, and then once the road comes to an end, we pick up a bridle way that takes us all the way up to Easdale Tarn. So on we go. So we've branched off Easdale Road and over a couple of footbridges. That'll be our return route coming back down the road there. You can see in front of us where we're going now, up by the side of Sourmilk Gill. And I can't remember if I've been up this way before or not, or down it even. I think I've been over that way, but I don't know if I've been up to Easdale Tarn. Possibly not. So yeah, it's a good bridle way we're following now. Nice and quiet. Come on, we go. So as the sign back there said, we're only a mile from Easdale Tarn, so we'll just get through this field and then we start to climb up by Sourmilk Gill up there. It's a lovely morning. The light on the hills is beautiful, isn't it? And it's reasonably quiet as well, which is good for a Saturday morning in Grasmere. Right, so through this field and then start the climb up by Sourmilk Gill, and the light on the hills is amazing this morning, isn't it? It's beautiful. Not so much behind us there, but certainly where we're heading. Right, up we go. Yeah, we're just taking a little detour. This waterfall. Stunning, isn't it? It looks like quite a deep plunge pool down there as well. Yeah, glorious. And the views back down Easdale, where we've just come from, they're quite good as well. You won't be able to see now, there's a holly tree in the way. Right, so we're going to carry on climbing up to Easdale Tarn. So we've just branched off the main path down there that goes up to Easdale Tarn. I thought we'll come to this little viewpoint, see if I could show you some hills, if it'll follow me around far enough. Over there is Gibson Knot and Helm Crag, and between the two is Seat Sandal, and then in the mist we've got Fairfield, and if we go further over this way to Heron Pike, and then further round and behind Heron Pike is High Pike and Low Pike, and then further round still to Loughrig, and then right round beyond Loughrig up there we've got Silver How. So yeah, it's still quiet here. So what we're going to do now is we're going to stop for coffee and a chew while we've got this view. So if you'd like to help out the channel, you can scan that QR code there. That'll take you to our Buy Me a Coffee page. You can buy us coffee and a chew for a future episode if you'd like to help us out making the videos. Right, with this view here then, so we're going to have our coffee and a chew. So here we are at Easdale Tarn. There's a few people up here now as well, and a few dogs. Well, that's where we're going, up there. So to get there, we're going right along the end of the tarn and up the head of the valley, up there, up to Codale Tarn, and then from Codale Tarn along to, where's it gone? There's it gone there, Tarn Crag, and then back down that ridge there. All right, so we'll carry on along the banks of Easdale Tarn. I'm saying nothing other than it's 11:30 now. They should be well gone. If you've watched my videos before when we've seen wild campers at this time of day. Now, arrive late, leave early if you're going to wild camp. Not still be there at nearly midday. Right, so on we go to the head of Easdale Tarn, and then I think we follow that stream going up right onwards. So here we are at the head of Easdale. I don't know if you can make out on here, the path winds its way up by the side of this gill and up to Codale Tarn. I think what we might do when we get up there is have our lunch before we head up. I'm not sure if there's a path from Codale Tarn up to the path on the ridge that takes you over to Tarn Crag. I don't know. So yeah, I think we'll get up to Codale Tarn and have our lunch. So here we are at Codale Tarn. Quite nice here, isn't it? I had actually thought about this as a spot for a wildcat myself, and it's not too bad to get to. That path, it was pitched, most of it, but there was a bit of a niffy section in the middle just after we passed that last waterfall. It was got a bit vague and a bit scrambly, and some slippy slabs in places. But there was a couple of cairns to follow, so yeah, decent path that. And I can just make out, well, you won't be able to see it on here, but I can make out a vague path going up to like that low point there, and then we go over to Tarn Crag there. In fact, I think I can see some people just in that dip there where we're heading. Right, so we're gonna plonk ourselves down by side at Tarn for lunch, I think. Well, that was a very pleasant lunch spot by the side of Codale Tarn. Never been here before. Oh, hang on. Oh, a bit squelchy. No, I've never been down to Tarn. I've looked down on it before, obviously from Hill. Ooh. But I've never actually been down to the Tarn. Yeah, I bet there's a few people have camped there. There's an absolutely amazing little spot. I don't know if you can see straight over this stone here, other side at Tarn. There's a little grassy plateau there. There's a few people pitched on that, and it's not that hard to get to, really. No, I might bear that in mind. Right, so we make our way up to this like col before we turn right and head off to the summit of Tarn Crags. There's a couple of fell runners just past us, and I've seen them going up there, so yeah, there's a path to follow. Right, loving this. On we go. So we're not far from the top of Tarn Crag now, and that's looking back over where we had lunch, down there at Codale Tarn. And then above that there's Harrison Stickle and Pavey Ark. So here we are on the top of Tarn Crag, our one and only summit of the day. It's a great view down there, isn't it, looking over towards Windermere. And right round this way over to Fairfield and Helvellyn and the Dodds. I'm not sure what that is, you can see sticking up. Oh, I know, it'd be St Sunday Crag with a tiny little bit of light on the top of it. And I think one of the hills I was describing earlier over there, and I think I said it might be High Crag or something like that, but looking at it from here I think it's Wansfell. Right, brilliant. So we're going to head on down now. So we're just going to make our way straight down this ridge now. Rain's starting, so I might have to put everything away. Just chatting to a fell runner up at top there. And I think I wasn't sure about the top first time I came up here. I came up this way. I wasn't sure which was the top, so I kind of went round all summits. And the spot height that we've just been to, that is the Wainwright summit, is 549 metres. Well, there's a few little outcrops that are in contours on map at 550. So I don't know if one of them's a Burkitt. I've done them all anyway, because like I said, first time I came up here I wasn't sure, so I went round them all. So yeah, if you're doing Burkitts, if it is one, I'm not sure. It probably is. I don't know. I'm waffling out. Right, I'm going to shut up. We're going to get down this ridge back towards Grasmere. So we come to this fork in the pass. I think if you go right there, that takes you back down to the Tarn. Let's look at this as well. They're still there. Look. What is it now? Coming up for 3 o'clock, is it, or something like that? Been pitched there all day long. Does my head in. Right. What do you think, Charlie? Go on then, this way. This way, Charlie. So we're just about down off the ridge. That path behind us there, that was our outward route. So we're just going to drop down here into Far Easdale. There's Helm Crag in front of us over there. Gibson Knot. The bogfest that is the Greenburn Horseshoe. Right, so we're going to drop down here into Far Easdale. Go on, fella. Come on. We've just crossed over Far Easdale Gill. This is very pleasant. I've not been in this valley before. Nice view behind us. I think that's oh, I don't know. It's Helm Crag. Helm Crag, Gibson Knot. What's the Calf Crag, isn't it? The one at the end. People and dogs coming up behind us. Right, on we go. We're only about 1.5 miles front car now, so I'm going to sign off before we get back into Grasmere. Oh, what a day. We've absolutely loved it. I've been to some new places, on some new paths. I've never been on this path before. I loved Far Easdale. That was brilliant. No, it's been really good. Codale Tarn, that was new for us. And there's not been that many people around. I mean, since we carried on at the head of Easdale and went up towards Codale Tarn, there was one bloke followed us that way, and we've seen a couple of fell runners, and then we've passed a few people going up this way. But no, it's been really good. I can thoroughly recommend this one. It's a shame there's only one Wainwright on it, isn't there? So no, it's been very good. Ta-ra!